Hey, what's going on? This is Jerry Fetta, owner, founder, and CEO of Wealth Dynamics, coming at you this week with another Fitness Friday. Hey, before we jump into today's material, I want to remind you on our playlist, we've got several different stations. So if you're watching this right now and you're like, cool, fitness sounds awesome, but maybe I have kids and I want to help them learn about finances, I want you to check out Mini Mogul Monday in our playlist sections. We've got Tuesday tips to give you simple, true, and actionable financial steps to take your personal finances to the next level right away. We've also got Wealth Wednesdays, Thursday Thoughts, of course Fitness Friday, and then we do Sales and Marketing on Saturdays. And Sunday we cover our services, so check that playlist out. Stick to the end of the video too, and I've got a special tip for you on fitness. All right, welcome back to Fitness Friday. So today what I want to talk about is the relationship between nutrition and working out, right? Now these are two things that if you do them right, they go together really well. But so my history as a personal trainer, I would have clients sometimes that I would work with, and they would be, of the mindset that the reason they work out is so that they can continue on with the bad habits, which I get, right? Like if it's a better thing to do that than to not. I'd rather, if you're gonna do bad habits, work out and offset them for sure. Right, so I remember I had a guy I was training. He was my boss at the pizza store way back in the day. And so he would tell me, hey, he had an Albanian accent. He's like, hey, Jerry, he's like, the reason I work out is because I want to smoke and drink, and this is my way to continue to smoke and drink. So I told him, like, okay, Benny, great. But here's the reality of working out. So when you're working out, what you're actually doing is breaking your body down, right? So if I go to the gym, in that moment when I'm in the gym, if I'm lifting weights or I'm doing an intense circuit or whatever it might be, I'm actually causing damage to my muscle tissue, right? Like I'm creating, like when I build a muscle, the way a muscle builds, by the way, you actually work out. During the workout, you create micro tears in the muscle fiber. And then the recovery period is actually where you see the results, when the muscle builds itself back and it's got more strength and more athleticism, right? So this is what happens when I'm in the gym. Now, when I'm outside of the gym, this is where I'm recovering. Okay, so track my logic here. Okay, so I used to be of this mindset. I did bodybuilding for a while. I was very strict with it. I, weighed everything I ate. I measured my food. I got down for shows and competed and stuff and reduced my body fat. I was very scientific with it. And so there's a period in my life where I was just like done. I was like, I did that too much. I never want to look at a food scale again. To this day, if you know me closely, you know that I will not eat chicken and rice. Like that's on my no-no list. Right? Like, so there's certain things where I was just burnt out on it. And so one of them for a while was just the idea of being, healthy with my diet at all. I was like, I just want to eat whatever I want, and I'll just continue going to the gym so that I can, just stay healthy, not gain too much weight, all those kind of things. But what I didn't realize was happening was I was creating damage and then not giving my body the tools it needed to recover. Right? So what do I mean by that? Like when I create damage, the first thing is in the workout, I'm burning calories. Right? And so this is great if I'm trying to lose weight. I could put myself in a caloric deficit where, I didn't eat a lot of food, I worked out, I created a deficit. That's how fat burning happens. You ate less calories than you burned, so your body has to go after its own body fat and muscle mass in order to make the energy available for that workout. So that's okay for a certain point. But you get to a point where your body's like, okay, well now we're running on fumes, how do we recover from this workout? Right? So this is where our nutrition comes in. Now, when I'm in the gym, like I'm creating the caloric deficit. When I'm out of the gym, I'm eating, I'm supplementing, I'm resting, I'm getting hydration. This is all the stuff that allows me to recover. So if I'm causing this damage and then saying I eat crap, I do things that aren't good for my body, I'm really kind of giving my body this problem. And then instead of giving it tools, I'm giving it poison. Right? I'm giving it food that's not good for it, and it can't really fix itself and rebuild. And so this is one of the reasons why people see stagnant results in the gym. Right? Your body, it's going to only be able to use the things that it already innately has, or the things that you give it. So if I'm depleting the things that it innately has and I'm not giving it more good things, then it's not going to make progress. Right? It's like driving a car that hasn't had an oil change. Like, for a while, sure, you can get by, but after a while, it's going to do damage to the vehicle because you didn't put new oil in it. You've got to put new things into your body. Okay? Now, the other aspect of this is also the overeating end. So there's a balance of like, I need to give myself proper nutrition. I need to supplement, I need to do all this stuff, but I also need to do it in relation to the calories I'm burning and the exercise I'm doing. So for example, if I'm just gonna go take a walk in the backyard and it's not super intense, I probably don't need to be on like a 3,000 calorie, muscle building diet, right? It's kind of like filling my car up and I'm not really driving anywhere, but I continue to compulsively fill it up just because I like to put gas in it, right? I'm putting more fuel than is needed at that point. The other flip side of it is the under eating, right? If I'm working out and I'm not eating enough, kind of like we talked about already, I'm not getting enough nutrition, my body's not going to bounce back and it's not going to recover. Right? So you've got to have both of these. And so as you're considering this, like I talked about a few videos before, the nutrition, like how you can kind of plan that out. Like I want you to really create the demand first, right? Lead with the exercise. I'm moving every day, I'm working out, I'm creating the demand to then supplement with the nutrition. Right? And then once I do that, I'll start really listening. Like if you're sore, you know, several days after the workout still, maybe get a little bit more rest, maybe put a little bit more food into it. Right? And a big part of it that really helps me is planning the meals out. So I'm going to give you a tip here. This is something I do because when I'm, you know, really focused and I'm trying to do well with my nutrition, the thing that throws me off is not planning my food. And it's impossible for me. I'm busy. I'm a CEO. I've got tons of things. It's impossible for me to always plan my food out. Right? So whenever food happens by accident, it's usually not good. This is where we go and resort to like fast food and, you know, restaurants and different things. So this is one of the things that I do. This is called a level 1 bar, right? So this is not a protein bar. This is actually a nutrition bar. It's a meal replacement. So it's going to have healthy fats, healthy carbohydrates, and healthy protein. It's something I can bring with me that's going to give me 270 calories, 12 grams of fat, 20 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein. So this is like a small meal for me, and I'm able to eat this on the go, and it makes it to where I don't have to like cheat. And I say cheat in the sense of like if I'm on a diet, I don't have to go through a drive-through. I don't need to go grab, you know, a Qdoba where I think it's healthy, but I'm eating an entire burrito. Or what about Subway? Okay, Subway was brilliant. They marketed to us that we would believe that eating an entire loaf of bread for lunch was a healthy thing to do. Right? These are the alternatives we run into. So if you're interested in learning more about the level 1 bar and some of these things that you can use to make sure you're getting the right recovery, click the link in the description. You can check out the First Form website and you can order tons of these. They're delicious. They're super healthy. But again, guys, make sure you're getting the exercise and the nutrition. They go together. Don't exercise so you can do bad habits. Exercise because you want to be healthy. You want to create good habits. Then give your body what it needs to recover so that you can do it again.